Waiting for Ryan Garcia to get started. Let's make sure that he received my invitation. I'm still getting used to YouTube Live. This is Michael Strong, co-founder of CoSchool, www.coschool.org, and author of The Habit of Thought, From Socratic Seminars to Socratic Practice. Ryan, are you there? I see his icon. Hey, Ryan, how are you doing?
Hey, good. I think it's just very slow on my end. It should come in soon.
Got it. I love the growth.
Yeah, it's going to start on November. I'm sure I'll take it all off in a day or two.
Good.
Yeah, we're on the road a little bit last week, so I let it grow.
Excellent, excellent. So lots of news with Ilana.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Ilana's trying to climb up here so she can join us.
Got it, got it. The whole gang.
Yeah. So
hey, Ilana.
Say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, Ilana's doing great. She's a great big sister, and her reading is really awesome. Every day she reads, and she gets better every day. It's amazing how much she's picked up on her own, or through inference, or through other means than us teaching her. She knows that EA sometimes makes the same sound as EE, which sometimes make the same sound. It's just E, and she's learning all of these exceptions, and just doing a great job.
Wonderful. What kind of books is she reading?
Well, we got this Dr. Seuss book. It's the Big Green Book of beginner books.
Wow.
And, you know, there's a lot of pictures, and they're fun short stories. You know, I wish that I had duck feet, and I can tell you why. It's not too difficult, but it's not easy either. So.
Well, Dr. Seuss is the best. Ilana, do you love Dr. Seuss?
Yes.
He's very, very cool books, I think. Very funny, huh?
Yeah. And Wacky Day.
Yeah, there's the last story that we read last night was about a wacky Wednesday that a character is.
Oh, Wacky Wednesday. How fun is that? And does she both read them out loud and to herself quietly?
Yeah. Lots of times we'll find her reading books to herself. Sometimes out loud to herself, and sometimes she's just reading them, and I see her finger following the words. We're also working on reading comprehension.
Yep.
Although, you know, at this point, I'm just happy to see her read at all. But so she'll read a page, and then she'll read it a second time, and then my wife or I will read it for her or with her, and then talk about what it means and, you know, what it portends and why it's significant that it was written. We try and
excellent. Excellent. And presumably you're also asking some questions, both with...
Oh, absolutely. It's question-based.
Yeah,
question-based.
There we go.
What does this mean? Why is that important? You know, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. And I assume that she is coming up with great answers?
Yeah, very intelligent. And she knows that the point of reading is to learn something, not just to read for itself or just for the sake of reading.
Yeah, it's so important that reading be, especially at this age, kind of interactive and a social experience. And again, attention is love. So part of interacting with her when she's reading like this is it validates the importance of it and the importance of making meaning out of it, and really the fun of making meaning out of it as well. You know, and I do believe that one develops intelligence by means of asking those questions and creating those positive emotional synapses in association with the cognitive act. So, you know, a lot of, I would say, I do really think that a lot of developing really bright kids is integrating kind of positive emotion with cognitive experience, positive social emotional with cognitive experience. And if we could just help more people, more parents and more adults in general, integrate positive social emotional engagements with cognitive activity, you know, all the world's children could be happier, healthier, and frankly smarter.
Yeah.
So reading is going well. What's the other news with Ilana? It's been a little while, and you texted me several different things.
Yeah. The other is that, you know, if there's a TV show or a video on in the background, or I'm talking with my wife or someone else, and we laugh, if Alana doesn't get why it's funny, she asks, "Why are you laughing? Why is that funny?" And so we've been explaining it to her. Shows that she's quite interested in what we're doing and saying. Of course, I mean, we knew that, but she wants to be involved in, I guess, more mature conversations, and she's asking good questions and reasons her way through it. It's pretty fun.
Wonderful. John Holt talks about how children are just natural learners. Yeah, and they want to understand the environment and be part of it. And you socialized her so that asking questions is normal. That's the other benefit of asking her questions, is asking questions becomes normal. And yeah, humor is tricky, and humor is sometimes hard to explain. It's hard to understand. I sometimes don't understand humor in another culture, and she's kind of learning what adult American Garcia household culture is all about.
Yeah. Welcome to the tribe. But it's fun. And something else is that a lot of times when she reads a word, or especially if it's like a flashcard, or we have several games that are like word-based, so there's a word on each card, I ask her what it means.
Mm-hmm.
And more often than not, she does, like, she knows what it means. And sometimes she doesn't know, so I like last night, she didn't know the word snip. She thought it was snap. I was like, no, snip is to trim or to cut or to, she's like, oh, okay. Like, and then the next word, her vocabulary is growing by leaps and bounds. And she's recognizing and sight reading, which I think is a good thing and a mark of intelligence. But we need to focus on just her reading all the words, because she's guessing a little bit. But you can tell when she's sight reading, because she reads a sentence. If it's all simple words like, is, are, to, as, a short string of words like that, words that she's memorized. Yep. She reads it as though, she were a totally fluent reader. So she's sight reading and doing it fast.
That's wonderful. And it sounds like it's just pure pleasure for her to read, which is why she does it spontaneously all over the place.
Do you like reading, Alana? What do you like about reading?
I'm sounding it out.
Wow, you're sounding it out? That's really, really fun. Do you like sounding out hard words?
No?
Yes. Yes.
No, it's okay. You can say no.
What's the hardest word you've ever figured out on your own?
What's the biggest word?
Green.
No, maybe supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah.
No. Did she figure that one out?
It was cute because she actually sounded it out about halfway until she realized she knew what word it was.
Wow.
But
that's a super big word, Alana. Super big word. It's like this big.
Sorry.
Frozen.
It's been frozen on our end, so I'm
Okay.
sure that it's recording fine, but Alana's making funny faces now.
That's okay.
But yeah, I mean, she's doing great. At this point, she's obviously learning at a pace that far exceeds any amount of input that we're having. And so a lot of it can just be attributed to her and her own intelligence and interest.
And the environment that you've created for her, where again, it's attention. She gets attention for behaviors that are in her mind's best interest. And so that's the real thing. Is I think so many people, so many parents are not focused on giving attention to the right kinds of behaviors, and you get more of whatever you pay attention to, as I've said many times. How about the games? What's going on the game front?
Haven't played a whole lot of games the last couple of weeks. We were on the road in New Orleans, a nice short family trip, and haven't played games since we last spoke. The other night we did bring out a card game that is like a word card game, and we played a variation on that just to practice reading. And we're talking about words, but we haven't been playing the game per se. But I'm looking forward to our next one. I think we're actually going to go to a coffee shop this morning, and we're gonna bring some games.
And any progress on the math front?
Like crocodile.
I think we haven't been doing too much there, and it's just due to us being busy. But Alana, I guess maybe I've noticed that she's counting to higher numbers now. She's really figured out the 10s, 20, 30, 40. She's memorized them, and I see her using larger numbers, like,
Mhm.
and like we're at the store the other day and she pointed out that something was like 21.99.
Alana, what is 1 plus 1? Do you know how many 1 plus 1 is?
10.
Oh,
11.
It looks like 11. Actually, you could read it like 11, that's for sure. How about 1 fist and 1 fist? How many fists do I have?
2.
There you go. How many thumbs do I have?
2.
Excellent. How many fingers am I holding up?
3.
whoa.
And what is 3 plus 1?
Count it. You can use your fingers.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4. That's right, 4. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to kind of play math games. With my kids, I used to, once they could do basic arithmetic, just as a game in the car, you know, what's 1 plus 1? What's 3 times 5? What's 12 times 12? You know, when she gets to that point. And again, just like you can chat in the car, you can play math games in the car.
No, for sure.
And yeah, she's cranking. Any other interesting frontiers?
So, I suppose Logan, you know, he's been growing a lot. A couple of interesting things we've noticed that now, you know, he crawls over to this large toy box we have with blocks and things in it, stands up on it and looks in, and we can really tell that he's thinking. He's
Yep.
trying to figure out what he wants and why and what he's going to pick and how he's going to reach it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, you know, just being busier and having Alana, there's no way that he's getting quite as much attention as Alana did at this age. But he's thinking, his crawling, his strength is very strong. He's healthy. He's 23 pounds almost.
Well, how old is he now?
10 months next week.
Okay. Is he starting to kind of babble some quasi
Oh,
words?
quite a bit.
Yeah.
Agua, up, like to be picked up. Just ow, you know, because he knows agua.
Right.
Mama, dada to some extent, but very vocal, constantly vocalizing and making different sounds.
Does Alana try to talk with him?
Oh yeah, it's a constant barrage of words at Logan.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Yeah. So you know, it's not a problem that you guys don't have as much time to to talk with him because he's got Alana, you know, creating this. So in some ways, even though there's less of you with her, there's overall this super rich verbal environment.
Definitely.
So I think it's good. He's very cute and
Yeah.
yeah, quite a head of hair.
I've been shaving these bits. That's where he gets it from.
I see.
But I guess the other thing is that something that we taught Alana early on was
But yes, the hippopotamus.
she's reading in the background.
No.
No apologies.
There we go.
But we taught Alana to go feet first off of a couch or off of a bed pretty early on, just for safety reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And she had picked up on that and kind of extrapolated that principle to anything. At a playground, one time when we were at the beach and there was a steep drop off of sand, and she
Yep.
crawled backwards over it. So we've been trying to teach him to do it, and he picked it up. And we only spent a fraction of the time trying to teach him that as we did Alana.
Yep.
And he picked it up by just, I guess, osmosis or something.
Yeah, no, it's very cool. It's a somewhat different thing, but you know, if you ever visit Mesa Verde in Colorado, I always wonder how the kids didn't fall off these cliffs. There are these narrow paths with cliffs, but you know, people survived there, including young children. And I suspect you know, there are all sorts of hints and so forth.
Yeah.
Sliding off a couch
Really
feet first is
smart,
better. Well, super. I'm not going to be available next week, but on the spirit of keeping it short, let's check back in a couple of weeks.
Sounds good. Thanks,
Okay.
Michael.
Bye. Bye-bye. Bye,
Bye.
Lana.